The best way to listen to the best of the week is on the Relevant Radio app, free and always free. Download and share the #1 free Catholic app today in the App Store.
Today on the show, we're talking about dating for Catholics, and here to guide our conversation is our spiritual director, Father Peter Armenio. Father Peter is a priest of Opus Dei and a widely sought speaker in his ministry of preaching retreats and days of recollection. Welcome back, Father. Great to have you with us again.
It's great to be back all the time. Great people, great audience.
And Father, this self-giving love, I mean, that's something that I think any married couple, especially the longer they've been married, the more they've seen that marriage is just a place where you are invited each and every day, certainly once kids enter the picture, even more so, to this self-giving love. But there is the importance of chastity as well. And these two things kind of go together. That chastity ensures that love is, or at least becomes, self-giving, right?
Yes. And I would say that is, I tell young people, even if I was a total non-believer, pagan, and didn't believe in chastity, I would say, at least with regard to a relationship that is looking towards marriage, to keep each other honest, a lot of times the guy, you need to require total chastity for very practical reasons. There's a lot of moral and spiritual reasons, obviously, but for practical reasons, because what happens is, from the women's side, they have a lot more compassion than men. They have that motherly instinct. And so they could be easily charmed into lowering their standards and cutting corners. And, they're inclined to sins of lust, but in a different way, and to accommodate the person, because then the person brainwashes them, saying that, listen, this relationship is special. We need to show our love, and if you keep rejecting that, I'm perceiving that you don't really care for me, you don't trust me. So the woman feels a bit guilty, and she loves the guy and has compassion and says, well, I'm going to lower my standards here. I don't really want to, but I want to keep him. I want to prove to him that I really care for him. And that's a big red flag. I mean, okay, let's presume we're all pagan here. I tell the women this, that he has to prove that he loves you regardless of where you stand regarding chastity. He has to love you unconditionally as a future best friend. And once there's conditions like, getting physical when you're not called to yet. I mean, it's holy in marriage, but this thing is a selfish relationship and you are becoming an object. And a lot of times, unfortunately, I'm right. Or if they do get married, people have told me, I don't know the guy. I go, well, you're married. He says, yeah, but we were cohabitating. We didn't have much of a courtship. We were physically married. And I said, well, okay, well, now that you're married, let's work on it, But right. I'm just saying that people have a vested interest in the chastity piece, all right? What way can we assure that more? Well, listen, you can be a great Christian. We all have these similar inclinations. But if Christ is very much in each other's life, okay, that's a huge incentive. You got to do the work. You got to struggle. You got to get to the habits. Also, we got to be countercultural. I get good people, very good people, good guys who are almost in tears because on their date, and they love their girlfriend, there was behavior that he regrets and he doesn't understand why it happened. And they're both very much in the doldrums. They watered down their standards. They feel like hypocrites, on and on. I said, you're not a hypocrite. You were imprudent. And he says, well, why? I said, what are these circumstances here? I don't fault you because you're weak. We're all weak. But what led up to this? Well, we don't see each other that much. So I was in her apartment. I said, was anybody else there? No. Okay, there you go. You have to get in the habit of not doing that.
Yeah,
so, I mean,
right.
there's a lot of what we presumed way in the past. I mean, you wouldn't even think of doing that way in the past. Now is kind of normal. And in fact, even the word dating is kind of passé. At least that's what the young people tell me. And when they say date, it's close to an engagement. Kids have told me that it's a hookup culture, that dating is not what maybe we did as young people, go out to a movie, go out to, get an ice cream together, that kind of stuff.
Right.
No, it's a hookup culture.
Yeah,
so that's what you're dealing with.
Which all the further drives it into this kind of it's a consumeristic mindset towards the other people.
Big time.
Rather than
Big time.
Yeah,
Big time.
Yeah, very good. Hi, this is Patrick Conley. You can join me and listen on the Relevant Radio app to The Inner Life, live each weekday at 11 a.m. Central. And thanks for listening.